Okay, so I've been asked how I would embed a PDF into a book or a page, or to use it in learning space and to give it more prominence in terms of students being able to see it. So I'm going to show you 1, 2, maybe 3 ways of doing it, not to try and complicate it, but because there are some different options to use at different times. One thing I might consider, if I want to have a document that students can read, but not play around with, then I might use Google Slides, and then I can create that and embed that, and they can see it. I might use Google Docs, and they can see that as well. The benefit of using Google Slides and Google Docs is that I can edit them after the event of uploading them, and then they'll change. So that gives me the capacity, because fairly often, depending on the type of document, I might want to make changes to it. So something like the course outline, I will always do that in Google Docs or Google Slides, because there will inevitably be some changes as we get to the 4th, 5th week. Whereas if it's a fixed document like a worksheet or a paper, a journal article, that's where I would consider using a PDF. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you can see here on the left I've got a book, and then I've got some underneath. So the way that I'm trying to approach this year is to have the collapsed topics and to have minimal content on this page and everything within the book. So originally I thought I might have the books and nothing else. I've started to break that rule slightly, because if I've got something that it still needs some sort of prominence, and I might want to draw attention to it to students and say fill out that feedback form or the forum, the feedback tool, then it makes sense to have it there. If I've got 3 or 4 PDFs and I don't really want them to look at it unless they go through the book, then what I might do is I might add it down the bottom. So the problem is that you can't add a PDF into a book, as far as I'm aware. So we need to be a bit more imaginative and add it somewhere else, and then embed that there into the book. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So on the right hand side you can see I've got some files. So what I might do is I'm going to add this. So as we would originally have added, so add a file. Get my page up. There we go. Add a file, and then I'm going to call that file PDF, not PDF. And then I'm going to drag that into there and save. We all know how to do this. Okay, so that PDF is in there now, and what I might do if I was going to put it there is I'll move it to the right to give it slightly less prominence than I would to the book. What I now need to do is to get that linked into the book. So if I open up that file, doesn't matter where I open it up, but you can see there that I've got the first page. So what I would do then is I'd get my snipping tool, which looks like this, and it's on everyone's computer, and it's one of the most hidden items that not many people know about, but once you found it, that allows you to do a bespoke screenshot effectively. And then if I bring that down, this is copied now, so I can paste that anywhere I like. So I could paste, I'll show you that in a minute, I could paste it somewhere else and use it as well. But if I save that, I can now save that onto my desktop, and I'll call that PDF cap. So that's going to save onto my desktop. Now I can get rid of that. Now if I go back to learning space, oh there we go. If I go back to learning space, then I'll go into my book, and I have to shrink this up. So let's go. So I'm going to add this to a page in a book. So this works for pages and books. Go down there. Now what I want to do is add a picture. So I'm going to choose file. There it goes. Upload that. Description, PDF image. Might give it something more imaginative, really. Should do. And then when I go into, so that's now a picture. My general practice is to highlight it, center it, and then I will also go into the HTML, and then this is my picture here. So I'll change that to 50%, which is the width, and then I'll get rid of the height and save that. And now on the page we have the PDF, which is not a PDF, it's an image. The one thing that I now need to do is to bear with me a second, I did the wrong thing there. what I now need to do is to go back to the PDF. So now if I click, you can't see my cursor, but if I right click on the file PDF and I copy the link address, now if I go back into the book and I go down to that page and I edit the page, so now I scroll down. Now if I highlight that again and I would press Control K, or you could use the hyperlink button at the top there. Now what I can do is enter in that, open a new window, and then create link, save changes. So now my page looks like this, and there is my PDF, and I will put text around it, and fingers crossed I will press that and it will open that up. So that is part of Learning Space. It's posted in Learning Space, so it's not openly available, and if it's logged into Learning Space then it will open, and it opens it in a new tab because I ticked the box, and that is one way of embedding a PDF. If I want something slightly more imaginative than just the front of the PDF, then what I might do is go to Google Slides, and let's see if I can do this. If I copy that, copy image. So if I were in Google Slides, and then I could have that, I might have another page as well, might do something like that, then I might put and then I could do all sorts of things on here. So I could add an arrow, so let's give a quick insert image, search the web, arrow. No, they're not very imaginative, are they? There you go, that one there. Turn that around like that. Now what I can do is present, get the snipping tool, and then this time I'll take a... Yeah, okay. So if I do that, save that. Now that will be a different image, so I'm not going to go through that, but that's a way of making the image slightly more interesting, and then you can embed that image and go through exactly the same process. So I hope that's been of use. Remember, sometimes it might be more appropriate to use Google or a slightly different way of doing it, but if you've got a PDF, particularly journal articles, especially there could be lots of pages, then that would be a way of doing it. Hope that's helped.